I hope you don't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedle dumb, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
101 Dalmatians 2, which you hope would be called 102 Dalmatians, but nope, 101 Dalmatians 2. Might as well have called it Casey the Bat, because that was an epic miss. Hey, make my music next week, folks. Alright, the VHS starts with an ad for Piglet's Big Movie, and you know, it's going to be a great movie. One of the featured scenes they include in the trailer is Tigger's ice joke where he says, I tried to stop, but it was no use. Next, Beauty and the Beast on DVD. Yep, it's time to update your entire Disney collection and toss these white clamshelled VHS copies into storage to be forgotten forever. Or will they? Live action Inspector Gadget 2. What was that actor's name? French Stewart? That guy that's always squinting, who's not Gilbert Gottfried. Whoa, ad for Treasure Planet? What is this? This looks Atlantis good. I've never heard of this before. Speaking of Atlantis, that's our 4th pre-movie ad, Atlantis 2. Can you imagine how mad movie companies must have been moving everything onto DVD right now when you could just hit next and skip all these ads at first before they figured that out? They know what's up. Next, an ad for Lion King, and it's longer than the other 4 put together. We've moved on though. Lion King Special Edition video for the first time ever on DVD. Available October 2003. That puts 101 Dalmatians 2 probably 2002-ish. Okay, feature presentation. Let's do this. Dogs Bark Over the Blue Castle intro. I know people are so hard on all Disney sequels, but I stand my ground and confidently claim that most of them are better than they get credit for. That being said, I added the word most in that last sentence for a reason, because a couple of them are definite misses, absolute stinkers. 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure. We start with, what's his name? Jim Bob? He's surrounded by 101 Dalmatians. Where's your pipe, bro? He starts writing a song about seeing spots. His name is Roger. His wife scolds him because he should be helping them move. They're about to move to, quote, a Dalmatian plantation. Isn't plantation like, I know it's not a bad word, but doesn't it just conjure up like bad images of days past? You only hear about horrible stuff that ever happened on a plantation back in the day, so let's not use that word anymore, alright? Back to the movie. Roger and Anita are slow dancing while singing a song about a Dalmatian plantation. Okay, and all the puppies are running around except for one. His name is Patch, and he likes to watch TV. But it's dinner time, and poor Patch gets trampled by the other 100 Dalmatians. Aw, Patch, you'll never fit in. He tries to get food and then loses his spot at the TV. This dog sucks at everything. They watch a show about Thunderbolt the dog. Isn't there a cartoon about a TV star dog called Bolt from another company? Did I make that up? They watch a black and white cartoon about a heroic dog named Thunderbolt. This happened in part 1 as well. The dogs were watching a TV show about dogs. Weird. Patch tries to be brave and bark like his hero Bolt, but his other 100 brothers and sisters make fun of his bark. The dad dog says, alright, bedtime. Could you imagine putting 101 kids to bed? Like, could you imagine? Everyone leaves, and then an ad pops up on the TV. It's a dog audition to be in an episode of Thunderbolt. And hey, they tape next week in London. Patch is excited. So excited he falls down the stairs on his stupid head. Tomorrow is moving day. Dad says Patch will love it on the farm. Hard cut to Cruella pushing her way into someone's house? No, it was a fur coat store. Can't say I'm like the biggest fan of these Dalmatian movies. However, I like the subtlety of the Cruella character. Her body language and her outbursts. Every girl has that one friend in their group that is always an overdressed dumpster fire of emotional baggage, and that is what Cruella represents. She gets in her car and is like, how can this day get any worse? She turns on the radio, and the song Cruella de Vil is playing. Like, could you imagine someone making money off someone else's misery and it being a hit song and you can't do anything about it? It'd be like, Curtis Anderson, no one watches his videos, no one can, Anderson. She's in an art gallery now and sees a collection of pictures that are just black dots on white canvas backgrounds. She's smitten. She meets the artist and he is so wonderfully odd and pretentious. They hit it off for some reason, and the writers now are just pouring hot garbage all over the art industry, and it's Pretty funny. 100 Dalmatians are sleeping except one. Guess which one? Is it Betha, Randy, or Rodney? Is it Ezekiel, Rover, or Sparky? Nope, it's the only one that has a name. Patch is awake and sneaks out of the room and falls asleep somewhere else. He wakes up to an empty house and some noise. He runs to the window and they've loaded up all the puppies and the truck drives away. Patch is home alone. I didn't see this coming. This is a fun plot twist. They throw open the truck doors of the new farm. The dogs charge out and mom and dad dog say, finally, no more counting. I mean, I guess, but count your kids, folks. Back in London, Patch checks out the live TV Thunderbolt show. Bolt's sidekick is a bumbler. Thunderbolt is a jerk to his sidekick as well. Didn't see this coming either. See, the sequel's slowly dragging me in, for real. There's a contest for the dogs that showed up. Whoever has the best howl can be an extra on the TV show that day. Montage of dogs howling, and one of them is Prince Eric's dog from The Little Mermaid. That's fun. It's Patch's turn. He tries to howl. He squeaks. Everyone laughs. They will announce the winner tomorrow. Patch is sad, but he better go home and stop those two dog nappers from the first movie from breaking into his empty house. Wait a minute. No way. Oh, man. I recognize the voice actors, but I can't name them. Thunderbolt reads the next script and realizes his character dies. He says he will have a better death than Old Yeller, and that is too soon. Yeah, it was 1957, and it's still too soon. Thunderbolt realizes those auditions were actually to replace him. Thunderbolt decides he will go into the city and do something heroic for real, and that's going to save his job. Thunderbolt puts on a disguise, walks outside, walks right into Patches, who recognizes him immediately. That's pretty funny. I'm not hating this movie at all. This is actually better than the original. Patch is a fan. He's fanboying him. Patch doesn't understand that Thunderbolt is not the character he plays on TV. Back at the art gallery, Cruella is being Cruella and doesn't like any of this beret sporting, light, tight black jumpsuit wearing, tiny mustache and glasses wearing artist stereotype. And he says, are you ready for this? You might want to get a pen and paper. This is money. Your words strike me like the large fists of a dock worker. That is money. That's twice this movie has actually made me laugh out loud. Thunderbolt tries to rescue a cat, but no one is around to see it. This reminds me of that episode of Simpsons. I think it was a Treehouse of Horror special where Homer's trying to get God to see him do a good deed so he could get into heaven. I'm getting that vibe. Thunderbolt has a plan, and not a good one. He makes Patch his deputy, then ruins a couple's wedding. I'm really not sure what's happening now. There's a montage of the artist trying to impress Cruella while Thunderbolt keeps setting up Patch, but there's never any photographers. I'm not sure what his game is here. Is he trying to get Patch to do bad things so he can be seen stopping Patch? I'm not sure why he keeps setting him up, but it's not working. And at the end of the montage, it seems Patch and Thunderbolt are now friends and getting along and working together. Back at the studio, the execs are freaking out because Thunderbolt is missing. A picture of Patch makes the paper and Cruella is on to him. And Patch's family finally notices he's missing as well, so now it's a race to find Patch. Cruella teams back up with her two bumbler minions, and they lure all the other 100 Dalmatians into the back of a truck. The maid tries to stop them and she hits them with a frying pan, but they end up overtaking her. They tie her to a bucket and lower her into a well. Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound like some trauma I've deeply pushed down? They lower her into a hole in the ground. They put Penny in a bucket and lower her in a hole. They lower her into a hole. They put a child in a bucket and they lower her into a hole in the ground. She has a lantern, and they lower her into the ground. The other 100 Dalmatians are delivered to the artist, and she wants to make art with the puppies. I'm not even sure I want to know what that means. The artist refuses to hurt the puppies, so Cruella ties him up as well and throws knives at him. Okay, we've crossed that line. Cruella wants to murder 101 dogs. I don't want to be insensitive, and obviously I in no way endorse violence against animals in any way, but I just had this weird, vision of how it wouldn't have been a big deal if there was some horribly inappropriate learning to count song they taught us in elementary school back in the 80s. We wouldn't have blinked an eye if there was a song about killing dogs in increasing intervals. Seriously, I don't know why I thought of that. If that sounds cringy to you, go ask your parents what kind of dark songs with happy melodies they were taught in elementary school. I'm talking grade 1, 2, 3. It was a daily occurrence in the 80s. Patch wants Thunderbolt to rescue the missing 100 Dalmatians. Sounds like everything is coming together. They show up to help, but the other little dog, Kid Lightning, is it? The one that wants to replace Thunderbolt? Shows up as well to help. But hey, is he friend or foe? Friend or foe? Okay. Tried to be dramatic. They're inside the art studio and Thunderbolt is about to be a hero, but Cruella smashes the dog over the head with a paint can. Oh, don't like that. Cruella snatches Patches. Can I say that again? Cruella snatches Patches, and now her collection is complete. 101. They're both locked up, and the troublemaking little dog tells Patches that Thunderbolt has been lying to him all day, and he isn't really a hero. And now with Thunderbolt out of the way, the show is all about him. Patches wants to know if it's true. Thunderbolt comes clean, and Patch is heartbroken. All that running around and saving the day is make-believe. It's not real. Patch takes it upon himself and decides he will be the hero. He busts out, and then he busts his 100 brothers and sisters out as well, including Thunderbolt. But Thunderbolt stays in the open cage. He has nothing left. The Bumblers notice the cages are empty and start searching. For some reason, they're in polka-dotted underwear. It's 2002. Is polka-dotted underwear still funny? Or is that just like an English thing? I don't know. I saw this spotted britches on the way to the loo and had a right good chuckle, I did. Cruella's bitchy resting face is an absolute thing of beauty. We get more weird British like Austin Powers music as the puppies continue to escape using canvas as trampoline to get out the skylight. Great animation. Sequence of Patches teeter-tottering paint cans of the Bumblers is really well done. This is fun. I like this movie. In case you don't know where they are, the 101 dogs jump on to a moving red double-decker bus. Oh yeah, England. Double-decker car chase is actually more fun than it sounds, and it sounds fun. Great scenery as they race through the streets with Cruella and her Bumblers hot on their tails. Back at the studio, they're shooting the new show with the new jerk dog, but the bus runs right through the set, because of course it does. Cruella, the animation here just keeps exceeding expectations. This is easily the best car chase scene Disney has done. And that's not just because I can't think of any other car chase scene at the moment. It doesn't take away how epic this looks, trust me. Cruella's truck corners the double-decker bus in a one-way alley. Patch sends the rest of the puppies out through the roof, and we get the Lion King moment where he barks at the bad guys, and his little bark is pathetic, but suddenly his bark is a gigantic and scary roar. Pan up, it's Thunderbolt atop the bus, ready to be a hero again. This movie is great. The puppies jump from the roof of the bus into a nearby building. Cruella accidentally knocks her Bumblers out and then falls into a trash can, and Thunderbolt pretends to die in the arms of the new jerk actor dog. Lightning Kid? Yeah, Lightning Kid. They cry at the death scene. The bus starts backing up, and Cruella and the Bumblers run for their lives, dive off a bridge into the lake where I guess they drown. I don't know. We cut away. Oh no! Next scene, they're being arrested, and the little dog is also being arrested. Yeah, tough town. Or, that's showbiz. They put Cruella in a padded van as she's ranting about seeing spots. That's also really good writing. The pups are reunited with their puppy parents. We were so worried about you. Were ya? They meet Thunderbolt, and they thank him, but no, Thunderbolt says Patch is the hero, and all the other little dogs agree. Thunderbolt says he's just an actor, but Patch is a real-life hero. Someone take a picture of them. Then that turns into the black and white front page of the newspaper, and thanks to Patch's Thunderbolt show was saved and continues. Roll credits. Barky Boswich as Thunderbolt, George from Seinfeld was lighting, Martin Short was the artist. Wow. On the third page of credits, Jodie Benson was credited as Anita. Anita had like 2 lines, but come on, the voice of Ariel should get top billing in any Disney movie. Like, this movie was honestly good, but like the producers should thank their stars. They got Jodie freaking Benson to return their calls, let alone come in and voice a B-level character. Like, if I was Jodie Benson, I wouldn't even get out of bed until a 7-figure contract was signed and the sound booth was ready to record with a cup of warm melted gold or whatever Jodie Benson drinks to keep her voice in Ariel shape. Like, I like to imagine Jodie Benson sauntering into some contract signing wearing giant sunglasses and fur and just looking everywhere and nowhere at the same time with a bored look on her face, like total diva. All the hopeful suits and producers are all intimidated and are like, oh, Mrs. Benson, we thought you would be perfect for the role of Anita. Anita's a strong woman who, and then she raises her hand, cutting him off, and is like, will someone get me a dingle hopper? And the execs nervously look at each other. Sorry, Miss Benson. A what? A dingle hopper! Do none of you know what a dingle hopper is? You invite the Jodie Benson every to your home, and you don't know what a dingle hopper is? I'm sorry, Miss Benson, and then she covers her ears until they stop talking, where she turns to her agent. Carl, don't you ever waste Jodie Benson's time. Just for Jodie Benson showing up today, you should get down and kiss my... What do you call him again? Carl looks away. Carl, what do you call him again? Carl sheepishly clears his throat. Feet. And that's how I imagine the relationship is between Jodie Benson and her agent. Yeah, 101 Dalmatians too. Better than the original.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is
the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.